Have you ever wondered why some people seem to build wealth effortlessly while others struggle paycheck to paycheck, no matter how hard they work? It's a question that keeps a lot of people up at night. The common answer is that it's all about income, connections, or just plain luck. But what if I told you that for most people, the biggest barrier to getting rich isn't a lack of money? It's a series of invisible mindset traps that quietly sabotage their financial decisions every single day. These traps are subtle, they're sneaky, and almost everyone falls into them at some point. Today, we're going to expose these 5 mindset traps that stop people from ever building real wealth. More importantly, I'm going to show you exactly how to break free from them, one by one. By the end of this video, you'll have a new framework for thinking about money. And you'll see that getting rich isn't about being gifted or lucky. It's about thinking differently. So, if you're ready to unlock your true financial potential, let's get started. The first and most common trap is what I call the comfort trap. Think about it. We all say we want to get rich. We want financial freedom. We want to achieve big goals. But if you look at our daily actions, what do most of us truly seek? Comfort. We want the comfortable job with the predictable salary, even if it has no room for growth. We want to come home and relax on the couch instead of spending an hour learning a new skill. Comfort feels safe. It's familiar, it's predictable, and it protects us from the fear of failure. But here's the hard truth. Comfort is the enemy of growth. True growth, whether it's in your career, your investments, or your personal life, only happens when you step outside your comfort zone. It feels uncomfortable, it feels risky. Learning to invest is uncomfortable. Starting a side hustle after a long day at work is uncomfortable. Asking for a raise is uncomfortable, but that discomfort is where the magic happens. Every time you choose the discomfort of growth over the safety of comfort, you are laying another brick in the foundation of your future wealth. The people who get rich have made a conscious decision to value growth more than they value comfort. So, ask yourself honestly, are your daily choices driven by a desire for comfort or a desire for growth? To escape this trap, you have to start small. Identify one small, uncomfortable action you can take this week. Maybe it's reading a book on personal finance for 15 minutes a day. Maybe it's finally setting up that investment account you've been putting off. Embrace that feeling of discomfort. See it as a sign that you're moving in the right direction. Comfort keeps you stuck. Growth builds your future. Choose growth. Next up is the second trap, and this one is a killer in our modern world, the instant reward trap. We live in an age of instant gratification. You want food? It's delivered in 30 minutes. You want entertainment? A million videos are a click away. You want to buy something? It arrives tomorrow. Our brains are being rewired to expect rewards right now. And this mindset bleeds directly into our finances. The instant reward trap is when you consistently choose the small pleasure of today over the much larger reward of tomorrow. It's choosing the $5 coffee every morning instead of investing that $150 a month. It's buying the new gadget on credit instead of saving for it. It's splurging on an expensive dinner instead of putting that money towards a down payment. Each individual choice seems small and harmless. But compounded over time, this habit is devastating to wealth building. Delayed gratification is the superpower of the wealthy. It's the ability to say no to something you want now so you can have something far greater later. Every dollar you save and invest today is like planting a seed. You don't get to eat the fruit immediately. You have to wait. You have to let it grow. But that seed will eventually grow into a tree that provides for you for years to come. Escaping this trap requires a shift in perspective. You need to start seeing saving and investing not as a sacrifice, but as a payment to your future self. You're not depriving yourself. You're rewarding the person you want to become in 10 years. A practical way to do this is to automate your savings. Set up an automatic transfer from your checking account to your investment account the day you get paid. That way, the money is gone before you even have a chance to spend it. You're making the right choice for your future self on autopilot. Remember, if you always choose now over later, you will never build wealth. Delayed gratification is the foundation of all financial success. The third mindset trap is one that paralyzes so many people: the I Dan T know-how trap. How many times have you had a great idea, maybe to start investing or to launch a small online business, only to stop dead in your tracks because you thought, "I have no idea where to even start"? This feeling of being overwhelmed by a lack of knowledge is a massive roadblock. Most people freeze. They see the mountain of information they need to learn, and they decide it's just too high to climb. So they do nothing. They stay in their financial lane, convinced that building wealth is a secret club for people who were born with the instruction manual. The wealthy, on the other hand, have a completely different response. When they don't know something, they see it as a challenge, not a dead end. Their mindset is, "I don't know how, yet." They get curious. They learn, they research, they ask questions, they find mentors, and they experiment. They understand that making mistakes is part of the learning process. Here's the thing. We are living in the golden age of information. With the internet, podcasts, YouTube, and online courses, knowledge has never been more accessible or affordable. 40 years ago, if you wanted to learn about the stock market, you had to go to a library and check out dusty, outdated books. Today, you can learn from the world's best investors for free on your phone. In this era, ignorance is a choice. It's no longer a valid excuse. To escape this trap, you need to replace the phrase, "I do not know how," with "How can I learn?" Start by breaking down the big, scary goal into tiny, manageable learning steps. Want to learn to invest? Step 1 isn't master the stock market. Step 1 is watch a 10-minute YouTube video on what an index fund is. Step 2 is read one article about the difference between a Roth IRA and a 401k. By taking these tiny steps, you build momentum and confidence. You prove to yourself that you can learn. The path to wealth is paved with continuous learning. Don't let "I don't know how" be the reason you never start your journey. Now let's talk about a very modern and very dangerous trap: the comparison trap. You scroll through Instagram or TikTok. You see your friends on luxurious vacations. You see influencers showing off new cars and designer clothes. You see people your age buying beautiful homes. And a little voice in your head starts whispering, "You're falling behind." This feeling is powerful. It makes you feel inadequate. And what do we do when we feel inadequate? We try to fix it. We spend money we don't have to project an image of success. We buy the expensive watch to feel on par with our colleagues. We finance the new car to look like we're winning. We go into debt for the Instagrammable vacation. We are spending to catch up, to feel equal, to look successful in the eyes of others. This is the comparison trap, and it is a silent killer of long-term wealth. You are trading your actual financial future for the appearance of success today. The wealthy understand a fundamental secret. The only competition that matters is with the person you were yesterday. They're not trying to keep up with the Joneses. They're trying to outdo their own past performance. Their focus is internal, on their own goals, their own progress, their own journey. They know that someone will always have more. Trying to win a game of comparison is a game you can never, ever win. So how do you escape? First, you need to curate your social media feed ruthlessly. Unfollow accounts that make you feel envious or inadequate. Follow accounts that inspire you, that teach you something, that align with your actual goals. Second, practice gratitude. Take time each day to acknowledge what you have, not what you lack. This shifts your focus from comparison to appreciation. And finally, create a clear financial plan with your own goals. When you are laser-focused on your own mission, whether it's saving for a down payment or reaching financial independence, what other people are doing becomes irrelevant noise. Your only benchmark for success is your progress toward your own goals. Comparison is the thief of joy, and it's also the thief of wealth. This brings us to our fifth and final mindset trap, the excuse trap. This one is the ultimate defense mechanism for the ego. When things aren't going well financially, it's very easy to point fingers. The economy is terrible. My boss doesn't pay me enough. Taxes are too high. I didn't grow up with money. My city is too expensive. It's just not the right time. Sound familiar? These are all excuses. And while some of them might contain a grain of truth, they serve one primary purpose: to protect you from taking responsibility. An excuse lets you off the hook. It says, "It's not my fault, I'm not succeeding. It's because of these external factors I can't control." And for a moment, that feels good. It protects your ego from the pain of failure or inaction. But here's the brutal reality. Every excuse you make, no matter how valid it seems, destroys your power. When you blame something external, you are essentially saying, "I am a victim of my circumstances, and there's nothing I can do about it." You give away your ability to change your situation. People who build wealth have the complete opposite mindset. They practice extreme ownership. They take 100% responsibility for their financial lives. Is the economy bad? Okay. What new skills can I learn to become more valuable? Is my job underpaying me? Okay. How can I negotiate a raise, find a new job, or start a side income? They focus relentlessly on what they can control, not on what they can't. The moment you stop making excuses is the moment you take your power back. It's the moment you shift from being a passenger in your financial life to being the driver. So, the next time you hear yourself making an excuse, stop, acknowledge it. Then, pivot your thinking. Ask yourself, okay, that might be a challenge, but what is one small thing I can do right now to move forward despite it? Wealth doesn't start with a winning lottery ticket or a high-paying job. It starts the moment you stop blaming and take full, unconditional responsibility for your financial future. So, let's bring it all together. We've talked about the comfort trap, the instant reward trap, the I don't know how trap, the comparison trap, and the excuse trap. These aren't just abstract ideas. They are active forces that shape our daily decisions and, ultimately, our financial destiny. Getting rich isn't some mysterious secret reserved for a chosen few. It's not about being lucky or being born into the right family. It's about a fundamental shift in thinking. It's about learning to see money not as a source of stress or a means for immediate pleasure, but as a tool. A tool to build a life of freedom, choice, and security. By recognizing and actively working to escape these 5 mindset traps, you begin to rewire your brain for wealth. You start choosing growth over comfort. You start prioritizing your future self over your present self. You become a lifelong learner instead of being paralyzed by the unknown. You focus on your own progress instead of comparing yourself to others. And you take radical responsibility for your outcomes instead of making excuses. This is where the real transformation happens. It's a journey, not an overnight fix. But every time you consciously choose a different path, you are weakening the hold of these old mindsets and strengthening your new, wealth-oriented one. The power to change your financial future is already within you. It's in your thoughts, your beliefs, and your daily choices. Escape the traps, and you will unlock your true potential. Thanks so much for watching. If this video resonated with you, hit that like button and subscribe for more content on building wealth and a better life. See you in the next one.